This episode has been brought to you by Manscaped. The new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is every man's cheat code to look good, feel good, and turn the page on confidence this year. Go to manscaped.com, use the code GOLTS20 for 20% off plus free shipping today. This week on the Heart of the Gulch YouTube show, we sit down with musician/songwriter MaRynn Taylor. In our episode, we recap CMA Fest, her going on tour with Kelsea Ballerini, and talk about her upcoming self-titled debut album. In our Walk the Line episode, MaRynn gives an amazing performance of her latest single, Same Girl Same. Let's check out the episode. We are in the Heart of the Gulch. I'm your host, Tony Mendoza, and today, oh boy, do we have a guest for you today. She's been all over the country performing, and I cannot wait because I think later this year we're going to get an album out of her. We got the one and only MaRynn Taylor in the building.
Hello, hello. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, first of all, when you walked into the studio today, you look freaking gorgeous.
Thank you.
You got the glitters and everything.
All the glitter.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
I have the hair in. I haven't put my hair in since tour. And so now that I have it in, I feel like she was screaming a little bit. She's like, don't do it.
You know.
But you know what? Anything for you.
Well, same girl, same. You know,
good. I like it.
what has been going on? Talk to me about where do I begin? My gosh, we could talk 2024. We can talk 2025. How about the year leading into 2025? How have you been doing?
It was an incredible, 2025 is already like my favorite year of my life, and it isn't even over. I went on tour with Kelsea Ballerini, for those who don't know. Yes. Woo! It was an incredible tour. I've never played arenas before, and so just getting to tour with her and such an amazing artist as she is, and just to look at her and learn from her every night. I see her as a sister, and so that was an incredible experience every single night. And I feel like it's the gift that keeps on giving, because I met a lot of just people on that tour. I did meet and greets every night, and so yeah, it was incredible. And now I'm just like resting. That feels weird. Yeah.
Well, resting, but at the same time working on a new project.
Exactly.
So that ain't resting.
That ain't resting. No. I'm cooking.
Well, I like that. You know, also we have one thing. When I was doing so much research on you, what I love that you were so excited for, not only that tour was in the hometown, your hometown, to start it off. Yeah. I love the story where you talking about you guys walking together on stage prior. Yeah. But what I want to talk about is, what's it like to have the merch?
The merch? Like my own merch?
Your own merch.
It's crazy. My face is on a t-shirt. That's weird.
Oh my gosh.
When I was designing it, I was kind of like thinking of her fans and just thinking like, what would they wear? Like, what are the girls wearing? I went on Pinterest and I was like scrolling and like seeing what the vibe is. And yeah, my face is on a t-shirt. So it's kind of funny, like watching people walk around the arena and then like, there's my face on somebody's body. Like,
Have you seen
crazy.
that in Nashville yet? Have you seen your face walking around in a t-shirt in Nashville yet?
Definitely at the Nashville show, like at Bridgestone, I saw that, but I haven't seen it just like
out and
about. I have gotten recognized. That's like new.
Stop it.
That's new. Weird. But I feel like in Nashville too, people don't really approach. They don't approach. They know to like, I know to not. I saw Kid Rock this morning on my walk, and I was like, oh.
Am I going to say it? I don't know. Can I say it? Let me say it. So,
what?
Kid Rock smells just like you think Kid Rock smells like. And I want you to just picture whatever you think Kid Rock smells like. That's what he smells like. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah.
I might cut this in a minute, but I'll cut it. But I just wanted to say that.
Know who smells amazing though?
I know it. Keith Urban.
Yeah.
Come on. Stop.
Yeah.
That has been talked about so much here in the studio.
Yeah. He smells amazing. I don't know what it is. Also, Chase smells really good. Kelsey's boyfriend. I don't know what it is. It's like a rich smell.
Well,
it just smells nice. I don't know.
You know, that has been said so many times, how Keith Urban smells amazing. He was just at church during Easter, and I see him with a significant other, And first of all, she's gorgeous. She's fully embracing the pale white skin. And who doesn't love that? My girlfriend who's pale white, she's like, I need to start embracing it more. Stop doing the spray tan, you know?
Yeah, I'm definitely, I fall to the spray tan. I love being tan.
You look gorgeous. What are you talking about?
But I sat out in the sun too long when I got home, and I got so burnt to a crisp. And I was just like, oh, it'll be fine. The sun wasn't really out. I kind of sprayed one time. Yeah, I got so burnt. But I mean, yeah, I want to embrace being pale.
Yeah, your own skin tone. It is beautiful the way you are. Now, I want to talk about, you brought it up, you know, what's been the funniest place that you've been recognized?
The funniest place?
Yes.
I don't know if there, I guess I was on a walk in the Gulch, and I was just on the crosswalk, and she didn't say anything, but a girl, I was walking this way and she was walking this way, and it was the biggest double take I think I've ever seen. She looked at me and she was like it was a big double take, and I just kind of kept walking, and I was like, is she gonna like come say hi? Because do
you like the approach?
Yes, absolutely. If you see me and you know who I am, please come say hi. But she didn't come say hi, but it was just her facial expression. Like, I want to be friends with her. The way her facial expression was, she looked like funny. So yeah.
Well, you know, I think about when I have interviews like this, right, with amazing people in front of me, I always want to do is I look to the camera and I know that there's a super fan out there. Trust me, I'm trying to get you in my body to ask what they would ask you. And what's one question I love asking people is, how does it feel to truly inspire others? I know that we don't ever think about that. We just do our job day by day. Your job is cooler than most jobs. But do you understand the amount of people, the person that's watching you right now on YouTube, you're inspiring them just like Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana inspired you? What does that feel like?
I love that you know that. So I'm the biggest Hannah Montana fan ever. It means the world to me. And I feel like I really didn't understand it until this past tour. I was doing meet and greets and stuff. And I remember it was like, I think one of the first times I kind of realized it. I had a girl come up to me and she was like, can you write my tattoo? And that's intimidating. So I'm like, are you sure? like tattoos hurt. And she wanted one of my songs, Get to Know Me. There's a line in it called I Found Myself in the Healing. And she's like, I love this. I want it tattooed. This is something that means a lot to me. And I think for me to like feel something and then write about it and maybe say things in a way that somebody who doesn't write kind of understand their feelings better is wild to me, and such a gift to be able to share that and then to receive it from them. It's a whole new feeling for me. Because I mean, when I grew up, Taylor Swift and Hannah Montana, I feel like they were saying things and writing things, and even in like interviews and stuff, they would say things, and I felt inspired and I felt seen and heard, and like I could relate to them. And that's all I've wanted to do. That's all I've wanted to do. And so to be able to do that is a dream.
Incredible.
It's a dream come true.
You know, as much as I love talking about the dreams, the one thing I've been saying this season is in Nashville, I think they spell Nashville with an N in the beginning because it's meant to say no. There's a lot of rejection in this town. And for you to find your way to now playing on stadium tours and then, you know, putting out your album and working on the EP, you know, there was a lot of rejection along the way. And I don't ever like to, I want to know how you take that rejection, because you've been able to power through it. Did you look at a rejection in this town as an opportunity to push even harder? Or did you take that opportunity, that rejection, to pivot and change your approach?
I think both. I don't take rejection well. Like I'm a people pleaser, and if somebody doesn't like me or doesn't believe in me, how I deal with it is I cry about it first. I take a beat, and then, like you said, the first thing you said is like you use that to keep going. And I feel like I have to feel all of the feelings first before I can move on from it because I don't take it well. If anyone does, props to them because I don't think, I mean, I'll be so honest. I cry about it and I get so emotional about it because I mean, I didn't have a lot of friends in high school. They thought singing was weird and it really hurt my feelings. And I think in any life situation, if somebody, you know, doesn't believe in your abilities of the dream that you want to pursue, that sucks. And it's okay to feel sucky about it. And I feel like a lot of people will say like, push through it, like take that and use it, but you can be upset about it. Like it's okay to like not feel good about that validation that you've worked so hard for. But I do both, I guess. Yeah, that's the long answer. I do both.
No, I love that answer because it's important. I think that a lot of people, especially if you're watching this right now, that's inspired by our conversation, you want to get into music, you got to fully realize that in Nashville is not the easiest place to progress in their artistry. I mean, it takes serious time and serious work ethic to be able to be at the point that you're on. And to be in the trajectory that you're on, you have to have an amazing team behind you. And I'm right there with you because it is one of those scariest things when you walk up on a stage filled with thousands of screaming fans. At what point in your artist journey are you most nervous about? Is it the 10,000 fans in the stadium or is it the 6 people that are going to be in this room when you perform later on?
6 for sure.
Everyone says that.
For sure. I feel like, I don't know, you can't see everybody in an arena. So it's just kind of like, I think of it almost as like I'm looking at a TV screen, like it's not real. And I think that's how it helps me go up on stage.
But it's totally real, though.
It's so real. It's so real. But I think that's kind of how I cope with it a little bit.
Smart.
But I think if I can see everybody's face that's in the room, it's it's hard. I don't know. I mean, I love a good like coffee shop setting. I love a writer's round setting because you get to actually like tell your story of how you wrote the song and everything. And people are like listening. But I mean, I remember like singing at bars where nobody was listening to you and there was that like small amount of people still in there. And so that's hard too. But no, I would definitely pick the 6 people in a room is
the hardest part.
It's so hard.
Well, you know, you teed up my next question that I was going to ask anyway. So I want you to bring me back to those days when you were in the honky tonk, when people around you are not paying attention to you. You're really just there playing music and in a way just kind of making everything feel a little livelier. Whenever there's great music, people just like to talk louder, not necessarily look at the artists.
No.
Out of your repertoire songs, though, you're in that honky tonk. No one's paying attention to you. What song are you going to play where you're going to make everyone stop and look?
Ooh. In one of my songs, I would probably Make You Mine. My heart wants to play a ballad and get the place quiet, but it's rare to do that. But I guess I would love to play a ballad and do that, but I would also Make You Mine as a very like up-tempo, belty. And I think it's the first time that I played that song. I think it was CMT Next Women. And I kind of felt the room shift when I sang it because I mean, you hear a lot about like belty singers. It's like all they do is belt. All they do is scream. But I think if you're trained and you can do it well and it's with a song that tells a story that is your own, I think that strikes a nerve and I've seen it. And so I think probably Make You Mine got people's attention. Yeah.
And, you know, when you talk about making the room stop and making everyone just stop what they're doing and listen to you, I feel, and I'm going to ask you this question, maybe a little rhetorical here, but does that mean more than the accolades that come around? Is that moment on stage when everyone is quiet and they're zoned in to what you're singing, but the accolades are pretty amazing too, because you just said it yourself, right? CMT, you have CMA Fest this year.
So pumped.
But
so pumped.
What's it like to make a room buckle and just listen?
it's a crazy feeling. It's like a power control feeling. 'Cause it's like they're in the palm of my hand, and everything I do right now depends on if I can keep them there. It is kind of like a challenge in a way, because it's like, are they gonna like the song? What I'm doing, like what I'm saying before the song, how I'm presenting myself on stage, the stage presence and everything. It's a power trip for sure. And I don't want to sound like I have a big head or anything, but it does feel like I'm in control. They're listening to me. And I somehow did something that, whether it was a song lyric or the way I'm singing, they're paying attention. Thank God. Because sometimes they don't. And that's okay too, because you're still up there singing. But no, when a room does that, it means a lot.
What's your favorite type of reaction from the crowd? Do you like the person that's feeling it, tearing up? Do you like the person that has the fan sign going crazy? Or do you like making guys blush?
All of them. I love all of them. Man, if I had to pick a favorite, dang, it's probably, I mean, there weren't a lot of guys on the Kelsea tour, so it was mostly like if people are tearing up or they have signs and stuff. And the crafts person, I love crafts. So the crafts person in me is like, oh my gosh, they made this sign. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. But also getting somebody to feel something and to cry makes me want to get off stage and go give them a hug and to tell them I'm there for them. So I'd probably say those two are my absolute favorite, but I'm not afraid to make the boys blush.
Yeah,
why not?
You should. And I mean, it's important because I think about it sometimes, because sometimes a songwriter's round or a venue, doesn't matter if there's 1,000 people in the room or tens of thousands, there's an intimacy about when you're truly singing. And when you see a guy and you make eye contact, man, how many times have you done that in your career in a stadium like that, where you made eye contact to a guy and they look away. They're just like, wait, really? That happened? That has to happen.
Yeah, it sometimes happens, but sometimes I really like the guys that get into it, that like have a drink in their hand, their phone is in the air, and they're just having a good time. And because I feel like some guys they act too cool for school, and they're in the back with their hands in their pockets, and they're just like watching their girlfriends dance. No, like it's like you can dance and you can like have fun and you enjoy yourself. So I really love vibing with those guys and catching eye contact with those guys, because they're just there for a good time.
Well, this show would only be here for a good time if I didn't take a pause in this episode. Thank the sponsors of this episode, and we'll be right back right after this. This episode has been brought to you by Manscaped. The new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is every man's cheat code to look good, feel good, and turn the page on confidence this year. Go to manscaped.com, use the code GOLDS20 for 20% off plus free shipping today. It's so incredible to not only create music, because there's people out there that create music all the time, but they don't have the luxury of being in songwriters' rooms. I want you to bring me back in the day when you were making music by yourself. What was that moment like when you moved to Nashville and you had to start writing with other people? Because a song is so intimate. It all belongs to you at one point. And then in Nashville, you get pitch songs. You have to write with others. You have to take a little bit of criticism, a little pushback.
Yeah.
What's it like to create music then and then now?
You're right. It's so intimate when you're writing by yourself. And I think the realest things come out with that. And I think what I've learned now, because it is intimidating and you kind of are very self-aware, like, oh my gosh, can I say this in a room with one other person, two other people, three other people, and not feel, I feel like I'm bad at this, where I'll be like, okay, this could be a dumb idea. And they're like, MaRynn, shut up. Like, nothing's a dumb idea. But I have that in my brain. It's like, okay, this might be like a dumb idea. And then it's something super personal to me. But I think those are the best things. And I think on my album that I'm making right now, I didn't hold back this time. Because I feel like when I first moved to Nashville, I was like, okay, what's appropriate to say in a room? Like, what is what's something that these other co-writers feel like they can write about? What's something as vague and not so personal that it's going to be like, well, I don't know that point of view of you being a girl if it's like two other guys and stuff. So this new album is my life to a T. And I feel like I've learned that with a lot of artists who write very specific, that's where it hits the most. And that's where it could be the most niche thing and somebody's going to relate to it and it's going to strike a nerve. And so I learned that and I was like, I ain't going to hold back. I'm just going to say, I'm going to trauma dump. I'm going to put it all out there and see what happens. So that was kind of the mindset.
I love it. Because, you know, two questions here, okay? And the first question is, when was the last song that you wrote solely by yourself?
Ooh. My grandpa died in January, and it was right before I went out on tour. And I wrote a song, and I might get choked up. But the first night of the tour was my hometown in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And my grandpa went to all of my stuff, everything. And it would be like national anthems. It would be open mic nights. It would be whatever it was. He was there. And when he had Alzheimer's, and so he couldn't come to like my Opry debut or anything like that. So when I played Van Andel, he had a front row seat. And that's what I wrote the song about. And I sent it to my family and played it for, you know, my close friends and stuff. But it was something I needed to
vent.
out. Yeah.
And it's the reason why I bring it up is because I think in different people's artistry, I think people lose sight of what really got them started. And what gets people started is inside that room with their guitar or with their piano. And that is where the beauty of your career began. And it's crazy because now we're talking to you at a whole nother stage of life. And there's points in time when I'm even sure Keith Urban forgot what it was like to just be in his room and just play a song. You know, it's so beautiful because that's where it all begun.
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you a little bit more of a brighter side question. You know, when you talk about creating songs like Same Girl Same, what type of mode do you got to be in? Because when I heard that song, you know how many times I speak to mainly female musicians in this room, and the amount of times they've said Same Girl Same or Go Off Queen is absolutely insane.
Period.
So talk to me, or period. So talk to me about Same Girl Same.
Literally part of my vocabulary. That's how I came up with the idea. But also, and I told this story on tour. You're going to love this. I was at a show in Nashville at Exit Inn. Again, a venue you can see people in. And it was last fall, and I was in there, and I had dated this guy in the summer, and then we broke up, and then this is like a month later, and I see him in the crowd, but he has a girl with him, and I looked at him, I looked at the girl, looked at him, looked at the girl, and I'm singing the whole time as this is happening, and I'm like, how could he bring another girl to my show? And so the pissed off energy came out first, and then I went backstage, and all of my friends are coming backstage, and they have like pictures of him, and they're like, he's here, he's here, he's here. And I could be so mad at him, but the whole time I was thinking of her, and I was like, she doesn't know. She's here watching me, like his ex. Like, how could she know? If I knew, I wouldn't go, but I just think there's no way she would have known. And then we kind of got this title, and I was like, I've been the same girl, same. I've been that girl. I've been that girl in that situation. I know what shoes you're in. And that is how Same Girl Same came about.
Well, was she a dirty blonde?
I like it. That's a good segue. Yeah, he has a type. It's funny because, so I've been teasing Dirty Blonde a lot, and Dirty Blonde is Same Girl Same's sister, I think little sister, because the hook is, you'll never do a dirty blonde dirty again. And yep.
I think guys and girls, we make these songs about heartbreak so much. And I get it. Heartbreak is important, especially in the world of country music. It's like quintessential. But there's those fun songs. There's those songs that talk about meeting someone for the first time or seeing someone at the bar. And, you know, when you think about going into these stages, when you were writing these songs or with co-writes, is it something as silly as like you saw someone at the bar and I want to write about him, or a conversation or making someone startle on the road in the Gulch and you want to write a song about it? How easy is it to come up with a topic to write?
Very easy. I pull everything from my life. So it could be somebody that I talked to for 2 seconds and I'm like, I'm just going to write about them today. And I feel bad for that person.
You're like a little therapist then. You're like the person, like, I'm scared of therapists because everything I will say they'll use against me.
100%.
Everything I'm telling you right now, you may use, for something.
Yeah, probably.
What's been an idea that you came up with that you thought was going to be a good write, turned out to be terrible?
Oh, turned out to be terrible.
Yeah, like you're like, yeah, this isn't going to work.
Dang, I'm really trying to think because in my brain, anything can work. I'll make anything work. So I'm really trying to think like what would be like a bad one.
Or maybe like, do you have music in the repertoire that we haven't released to the public that you're just like, you know, this doesn't fit, you know, this EP, right? This doesn't fit Get to Know Me.
There is a song that I wrote on the road called Kansas. And it's not like so personal. It's about the same girl, same guy. Okay. Because he's from Kansas. And there's a part of me, like, it's a beautiful song. It's in 6/8. Like, I don't really have a 6/8 song. And I was like, I'm tired of talking about him. Like, I'm tired of singing about him. Because when I'm singing the song on stage, I think of when I wrote it, and I am in that zone of, if it's a sad song, I'm sad. If it's pumped up, I'm pumped up. Like I feel it on stage. And that was just one that I was just like, I'm tired of talking about him. My ideal date is like a country music concert with a marg in one hand and a hot dog in the other. That is me in a nutshell.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, wait, is a hot dog considered a sandwich?
I see what you did there. This is really making me think. No? Do you think it is?
You know what? That's a great question because I just heard about it the other day. Someone asked me that question, and I had to think about it too. A hot dog is definitely not a sandwich.
I don't think it's a sandwich.
Sandwich needs to be with those croissant buns, in my opinion. But anyway, we're going way too. That was too far off the deep end because there's a lot of hot dogs. Shout out to Daddy's Dogs.
Yes.
Wait, you a Daddy's girl?
I love Daddy's Dogs. Yes.
My gosh.
I'm a hot dogs person in general. I love a hot dog.
You know, I'm clipping this and sending this to Sean, right? I'm going to send it to Daddy.
No, is that Daddy?
His name's Sean. Yeah.
What's up, Sean?
Well, you know, who doesn't love Daddy's Dogs in the building? But
I love it.
I want to ask you about CMA Fest and seeing the progression there, because like what a lot of people that are watching this, if you're not in Nashville or haven't been to CMA Fest, there's a lot of different stages, and the stages I think just ramp up. So you can start at the spotlight stage, or actually even before then was just writers rounds. Yeah, you're invited to just writers rounds, and then you go to the spotlight stage, and then from the spotlight stage you will get to the one in front of Bridgestone. Yeah, and then that kind of rolls on. So far is Chevy the farthest you've gone to CMA so far?
Yes. So I started at the spotlight stage, went to the Dr. Pepper stage last year.
That's right.
And that was a last minute one. Like I was like an add-on. And then Chevy this isn't the first time I'm on like the big graphic, like the graphic where everybody's name is on it, which was a big deal for me because, I mean, all throughout living in Nashville, all I wanted was like my name on that giant graphic with like the people all the way up at the riverfront and like the stadium and everything. And there's just so much talent on that graphic, and I feel humbled to just be on it as well.
What was that process like when they contacted you about it? Because I feel like that is such a And then also there's when you get contacted by CMA to play their festival. I mean, in the city of Nashville, that is like playing the Grand Ole Opry. That's just, I would compare that to the Grand Ole Opry in level of how important that is in Nashville. So what was that email or phone call like when you got told that you're going to be playing Chevy Vibes?
It's so important. And I feel like, yeah, when I got it, it was an email. And then I was like, I threw my phone. I think I was like on tour and I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh.
Like there's a spider on it?
A little, no, if I get freaked out about something, I'm throwing my phone. Even if it's like a text from a guy, I'm like, bye. Yeah, I've probably broken my phone a few times doing that. But it meant everything because it is so important, and CMA is such a huge part in the industry, and I love their whole team there, and just the fact that they did that for me, and then seeing the graphic too makes it even more real because, you know, they have your face on like Chevy stage underneath and everything. So it's something special. It's wild.
Now, before I take another break here, I want to ask you this because we talk about special stages, and man, I could take this so many places. But you know what? I'm going to ask you this one. Bring it back to Michigan. Talk to me about the stage that the first time you played Michigan, this was the stage that was like your Grand Ole Opry. Because in Texas, if I were to play a stage anywhere, I think anywhere in the United States, it'd be Floor's Country Store, which is in my hometown of Helotes, Texas.
Nice.
So I want to know, where's your Floor's Country Store in Michigan?
What was it? I mean, I played some bars, more like open mic night-y, but I mean, Van Andel was my dream.
Yeah.
Always my dream. But I also did a lot of national anthems. Like that was like my thing growing up. And so in Michigan, the Lions, I sang the national anthem for the Lions when I was 16 or 17. So that was crazy as well. That's like a stadium though. I'm trying to think of like,
I mean, it's just what I meant is just what meant the most to you back in your state to play. Because if it was the Lions, I mean, I didn't even think about that. I forget. Is that something that happens to you a lot of times? Things are coming at you so quickly that you didn't even think about playing a certain stage because it was so far out there in the ether, and now it's rolling up to you and you're starting to get these opportunities. Like, I didn't even think about playing Red Rocks or something, you know?
Yeah. It happened really, really fast. And I was still the kind of person, I was like, if I have the opportunity to sing, I'm going to sing anywhere. I will sing anywhere. And so that was my mentality, especially in Michigan. And it's honestly so funny to think about. So there's a town called Ionia in Michigan, and they do an Ionia Idol at their fairgrounds. And I was 14, and I was like, well, I'm going to do it. And the winner gets a check. So sick. Yeah. And so I did it. And I ended up winning, which was crazy. This last tour, some girls in my meet and greet line were like, we saw you at Ionia Idol. And I was like, what? No, you did not. And they're like, yeah, we did. We saw you win. And I was like, that's crazy. Because that's just like that was like, I think there was hay bales in front of it. Like it was a little.
Who doesn't love those?
I love them. I did one and I got a Mountain Dew t-shirt as my prize, and I was so excited. So, I mean, I guess even those small stages still mean a lot to me because, I mean, those were my first places where I felt like I could do this.
And remember, it all started back inside your home, just playing the guitar, playing the piano, and just learning how to sing. So before we take this break here, I want to ask Grand Ole Opry, the new one, the Ryman, which one has the aura? Which one has the vibes? The ones where you step on there and you feel like, ooh, like a little spooky in a way, in a good way.
I have never played the Ryman, so that is yet to be there. But I will say the Grand Ole Opry, the aura and the energy is so real. I think just stepping into this circle just feels crazy because it's the same wood as the Ryman. It's the same flooring and everything. But I don't know, even walking around the hallways, being on stage, rehearsing with the band, there's a different energy there. I can't describe it. I mean, everybody feels it when you're there, and everyone says like there's a weird, not weird, but like just you feel it.
You're like more open to energy and emotions when you step on a stage like that. Because the reason why I brought up the Ryman is because did you hear about the spooky ghost that's in there?
No.
You don't know about that?
Ghost?
Oh wait, do you guys know about that?
I am sat.
So
what?
Let me tell you guys. So in the Ryman, if you were playing the Ryman stage in your pre-show, so you're rehearsing.
Yeah.
If you play well enough, they say that in the back of the seats you will see Hank Jr. Sr., a shadow or a thing, and he only pops out if you're killing that rehearsal. And there are photos of a shadowy figure that looks like Hank Jr. Sr. just in the back while people are performing the Ryman.
There's photos of this?
There's photos. That's a real thing, and that's why I asked you the question, because if you played the Ryman, I wanted to ask if you saw Hank.
Dang, I have not played, but when I do, when I do, I hope I see a ghost. Like, I've never said that before.
Well,
I hope I'm killing it.
Well, I hope we're killing this interview, because we got another section on the show. It's a spin the wheel game, some random questions in there. And you ready to do it?
I'm so ready. Let's do it.
I'll be right back after this. Oh, I didn't see you guys there. Hey, if you're enjoying the content that we provide, please consider subscribing to our Heart of the Gulch YouTube show. Hit the subscribe button that's right in front of you, or hit the Heart of the Gulch logo over here in the corner. And of course, like magic, hit the recommended subscribe button that's over here in the banner. We would love to have you guys here at the Heart of the Gulch YouTube channel. And let's get you back onto that interview right now. Have you ever been nervous with the people that are watching you about to perform? Whether it's with Kelsea Ballerini or someone on the side stage that you saw them in the side stage and like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can perform the way I do. Will you ever get starstruck?
Oh, yes. Oh, I get starstruck very easily. Too easily. Especially like the Nashville shows or the LA shows. Like there's going to be stars there. I think Channing Tatum was at the LA show. And I was like, I feel like country music singers, I feel like I bond with them.
Yeah.
I see them. But actors and like athletes and stuff, ooh, I get nervous.
Well, you like him tall, dark, and handsome, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So Channing Tatum, I'm like, oh my gosh, is Channing Tatum? He probably didn't see my set, but like still knowing he was maybe in the hallway and heard me a little bit, I'm like, oh my gosh.
I mean, Channing Tatum, I mean, that's definitely a dream boat. I think if I ever saw like Matthew McConaughey just around me, I think I just kind of like that Keith Urban thing. I'd probably get close to him and sniff him just to be close to him.
Get a little sniff? Yeah, absolutely.
Also, but talk to me about backstage with Kelsea.
She's incredible. So incredible. I feel like she's such a big artist that she doesn't have to be nice to me. I say that in a way of like, you should be nice to everybody. But she went out of her way to be nice to me. And she, during the tour, she wasn't just touring. She was doing interviews and she was flying to photo shoots and she would like go to New York for like an off day and then like come back. And I would just watch in awe because I was touring and I was like, I'm exhausted. How is she like doing this and this and this? And she still had time to text me and be like, how are you doing? How are you feeling about all of this? And I'm like, you don't have to ask me that. Like, how are you doing? And I just felt like she was a sister in that way. And I've never had a sister. And just getting to watch her every night and just see the way she like handles people and the way she talks to people. She's so genuine. I have all the best things to say about her because she was so good to me, so good to my team. Her team was good to my team. Her as a whole is
amazing,
incredible, just a great human being.
Since you're on that deep conversation, before we get onto this game here, I want to ask you this question. It's one of my favorite questions I've been asking lately.
Okay.
So I want you to talk to me about your EP that you released in 2024, Get to Know Me.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I want you to pick a color out of all the colors in the rainbow that you can paint it with. I want to know what that color is that would represent those songs. But then I want you, because you just finished recording the album.
Yeah.
I want you to give me a color for that one too and how they're different.
So I see Get to Know Me as like blue, but the cover of it is black and white. And I did that because it's more serious. Get to Know Me is a very serious song. There's also some bops on there, to be honest. But I see like a deep blue color. I don't know why. I do this as well. When I hear music, I see a color. It's a big word of what that's called. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a thing that some people have. The album is definitely purple, like a lavender purple. Same Girl Same has always been purple to me. And then every song I've written so far, I've seen purple. But there's also a song called Denim, and I see light blue for that. So I don't know. It's very interesting. Like if there's a song that's like yellow or orange for me, I don't like it. So that's very telling if I'm like, I like a song or not, if I see those colors.
Well, no, it's true, because you think about purple and blue, they're actually the same hue, just in a different light.
Yeah, exactly.
And the crazy thing about it is, I want to ask you this other question. So on Get to Know Me, your EP, I want you to tell me and I know they're all your babies. What is the most underrated song that you wish more people would go and listen to?
Of mine?
Of yours, of that EP. What's the underrated one that may not have all the streams or may not be looked at the same way, and you're like, you guys need to listen to this song again?
I think it would be How It's Gonna Go. That one was so fun to write because, speaking of Keith Urban, I love his music so much, and we added the banjo. It's like such a summer, roll your windows down kind of bop, and I don't think it got the love it deserved. I think there were other focus tracks on that album that we were pushing, and then that was one we just didn't push. So maybe that's why. But we went to North Carolina to film it, and we went to, there were these like sand dunes. I can't remember what they're called, but huge sand dunes. It looks like you're on another planet. And we recorded the whole video there for How It's Gonna Go. And I'm in this really like flowy like shirt situation. Also February, so cold. But we wanted it to be very airy and just new and fresh and fun. And I feel like that's what that song is. And I feel like you should totally go listen to it.
See, that's what I'm asking, because I think everyone has their favorites, and when you have a project out for a good amount of time, you give it time to breathe, you see what resonates, and sometimes you're more surprised by the songs that don't resonate that you thought were actually going to resonate the most. So I think that is why I love asking that question. Now, for your upcoming album, I want to know, what's the song that you are just hyped up for everyone to hear? They haven't heard it yet. But when it releases, everyone, or at least we think, is going to be the bop. You tell me what that song is.
So, okay, I know exactly which one it is. It's an interpolation, which is another song mixed with another song. And we haven't gotten the like okay to do it yet, so I don't want to say what it is, but it's one of my favorite 90s songs, and we changed it to I'm trying to like give as much as I can. But it's a bop. It's such a bop, and it's one of those songs that it's like a great song to end a set with. Where like Tyler, my drummer, can just beat bop his drums, Parker can wail on the guitar, and it's one of those songs.
Well, I love that you just teased it. All you got to do is tease it, because that's super important. It's wild, because when you have those songs that integrate into a song that everyone knows, I mean, look what happened to Shaboozey.
I know. And then the Cole Swindell song, and I feel like
the Kid Rock song.
Like, people have been kind of doing that a little bit, and I was like, oh, this would be fun. Maybe I should try. That's
what takes them out of there, though. That is literally the formula to success. So hopefully you get the clearance.
Hopefully we get the clearance.
Hey, I don't know which one is that. Is that BMI that gives you the clearance, or ASCAP? I'm not sure. One of them.
It would be whoever owns the song.
I'll put that. We're putting that out there in the ether. That and the Ryman and the Ghosts.
The Ghosts. I want to see the Ghosts so bad.
No, you don't. Well, maybe you
No,
don't.
you don't.
All right, so let's play our game before we get too late over here.
Let's do it.
So you're gonna do a spin, read it, and give me your best answer. All right, don't read them yet.
Don't read them yet.
Yeah, go ahead, spin it.
Can I read it now?
Go ahead.
your most memorable hate comment on social media. Oh, I have one. So I don't even think I'm a comment back person, which my publicist is in the room, hates that. So this guy said, it was something like, damn, she thick, which can be a compliment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take it as one. Like, don't talk about my body. So that was one. And then another one was like, this isn't country, this is too pop. And then people do the trash can emojis sometimes. And sometimes people like argue in my comments with like other, like my fans. And I'm just like, stay away. Don't like move. Don't do that. Yeah.
You know,
But I'm not afraid of a hate comment. I will comment back.
See, that's the thing. So the reason why that I've never taken that question out of there is because at the end of the day, we can't take ourselves too seriously. No. There's people that are going to resonate. There's going to be people that don't resonate. And it is what it is. It's the funny thing about it is if they're watching and if you made it 50 plus minutes in this interview and you're going to leave a hate comment, leave a hate comment. I appreciate you watching this long because it's real. Like no one's told that they're perfect. There's only one person that's perfect and he's not in this world. Right. Mm-hmm. So I think it's so cool because tough skin is something you develop in this industry. I guarantee you that a comment is not the hardest thing you've ever had to deal with. No. It ain't. No, it's gone for a minute.
Yeah, it's gone for a minute. And it's somebody who is like bored and on social media and have nothing better to do. Like I feel bad for them. I feel so bad that that's what you're going to leave on somebody's post who's just trying to
inspire others.
Like, that's just so lame. Why?
I feel that. Let's do two more of these real quick. We'll do them quickly.
Okay. Oh, I can't look.
This one had a 13 for 13 streak at one point.
What is your skincare routine? People ask me this all the time, and I feel so flattered. My skincare routine is before bed, and I do a cleanser first, and then I've been using, I think it's called Bumble, I think, which is a dating app. But I do a cleanser, I do a serum, and I do a moisturizer, and I go to bed, and I look like a glazed donut.
Have you ever tried something from the world of TikTok that you attempted to try that had to do with skincare routine that went totally off, or you hated how you felt, or anything like that? Have you ever tried something that just didn't work?
So many times. I've had something like a clay mask stain my face, like make it kind of like a tint of blue because it was blue, and it was like from the dollar store, which please don't get your skincare from the dollar store. But I mean, there's some good things probably, but it was I don't know, just some face mask. So I was like, oh, it's Friday night, I'm gonna have a glass of wine and a face mask. I tried taking it off, and it left a little tint of blue on my face.
Let's do one more, and I'll leave you my last two questions.
Okay, here we go.
See, told you.
Oh my gosh.
Weirdest thing you've ever autographed?
This is funny because I was thinking about this morning. So it was in Nashville, and it's not weird. It's not weird, but I didn't expect it. So I was doing my meet and greets, and a woman came up and she lifted up her shirt, and she was pregnant, and she was like, "Can you sign my pregnant belly?" And I was like, sure, yeah, but you just never expect to see someone's full stomach just out of nowhere. So I did. I signed her stomach. I guess it's gonna be a boy. If you're watching this, congratulations. Yeah, I didn't expect it.
That is hilarious. That is the first time I've heard, and that's one of the nicest ones I've heard. Because, you know, fans and being a fan on anyone is like, you want to, that's the funny thing is like, there's someone right now that wishes that they were sitting across from you. And sometimes too much fandom can be a little scary. People don't know how to, you know, when they see someone they really want to talk to, they feel like they know you so well. You may be meeting them for the first time.
Yeah.
And they're coming at you hot. Like where that table is, where you're signing all this stuff, it's like they would flip that table over and give you a hug. But
Yeah.
I'm guessing you get do you like that type of energy, or do you have to be ready for that type of energy?
I feel like I'm always ready, especially if it's something like I am doing a meet and greet, I am ready for it. And honestly, so willing. I mean, don't be inappropriate, but like I am a hugger. I will give you a big hug. If you tell me you love me, I will love you back. I feel like I've waited for this my whole life. And if people are going to choose to wait in a line to see me, I'm going to give 100% of my attention to them. And yeah, especially if it's like a little girl and there were little girls that were really shy. There were little girls that were the most talkative people I think I've ever met in my life. And I want to give my whole attention to them. Cause I want to be there for them. The artists that I love, I felt like were there for me in music. And I want to be a friend to people, honestly.
Imposter syndrome. Everyone has imposter syndrome. You could be playing the biggest stages of all time, or you could play the smallest stages of all time. There's someone watching this right now that just got his promotion, or trying to get a promotion, or trying to do well on a test. And they have that little voice in the back of their head telling them they can't do it. They're not smart enough. They're not ready for this opportunity. You've had that exact same moment too throughout your career, but you've been able to put one foot in front of the other and go past that little voice in the back of your head. Give a little bit of piece of advice to the folks that are watching that's going through imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And what have you done that you've been successful to not let that little voice get to you?
I think for me, I've accepted that little voice is always going to be there. And the amount of times I try to push it away or get it to shut up, it gets louder. And so I've always accepted, like, I'm always going to, I don't know, talk badly about myself and not be my biggest fan when we should all be each other's, like, biggest fans and love ourselves. And that's just so hard to do. I think for me, positive affirmations is a big thing for me. And my therapist told me, or I think I saw this on another podcast or something, and it was writing notes on your mirror and like writing, you got this, or you're going to do great in your interview today. And just reading that and almost reading it over and over and over again that's more louder than
the little voice
in your head. So that's just something I've done. But also, I think the biggest thing is accepting it's always going to be there. It's just not going to go away, unfortunately.
Well, but you know what the thing is, though, is that you've been able to get through it. And I know that someone that's watching this right now, you're going to get through it. If you're watching us at this point in the episode, we're both telling you that you have the power to get anything you want to get done. She's doing amazing things. Everyone in this team, everyone in this room is doing amazing things. I guarantee you can do amazing things. Just put one foot in front of the other and let the compound interest do its thing. You know what I mean? All right, now it's 2025. This will be out in the later part of 2025.
Yeah.
Right in time for some amazing, I guess you're going on tour again?
Yeah.
Talk to me about 2025 and the top of 2026.
Oh my gosh. So this tour coming up is the Jake Scott tour. So I love Jake, and I think he's more on the pop country, more pop side. And so I'm excited to see like his fans and to bring some I'm probably going to play like Shaking in My Boots on tour, which is a very country song. So I think that'll be fun to play on that tour. So please come on out if you don't have a ticket. Yeah, and then 2026, I haven't even thought that far ahead yet, to be so honest. I mean, I hope I'm touring more. I hope I'm releasing more music. I'll be 25 next year. So yeah, what's better than 24?
You know, I like even numbers, not odd numbers. So I like 24.
Yeah, me too.
Now, you know, there's something I want to ask about this tour coming up.
Yeah.
The city you're most excited for to go to. And I know they're all special, but what city are you excited for the most?
I guess it'll be announced that Boston's on it, right? By then? I think so. Okay. It's not announced yet, but Boston is my favorite city to perform in. It's so funny. They love country music up there. I wouldn't have known, but that crowd, every single time I've played in Boston, has shown up. They sing, they dance, they buy merch, they get into it. And I love those types of concert goers. And I think Boston takes the win on that.
Okay, well, first of all, we got a section on our show called Walk the Line. I saw you guys bring a guitar in here, so I'm assuming we're going to hear some music in here. But the way we tee it off is you look straight in that camera right there, you say your name, and you say, this is how I walk the line, like the Johnny Cash song, Walk the Line, and we'll transition this interview into going to that performance. You ready?
So say, my name is MaRynn, and this is how I walk the line.
You got it.
Got it.
All right.
Okay.
After the applause here in 3, 2.
I'm MaRynn, and this is how I walk the line.
MaRynn.
Same pickup lines, same 2-for-1s in Midtown on a Friday night. Same cigarette smoke, same small talk on a bar stool with the same jokes. Trust me, I get it. Those fine lines, tattoos under that leather jacket. He looks into your eyes and it's so poetic. Are into overdrive, yeah, it's automatic. Same girl, same, I wouldn't blame you for falling that far in her eyes that blue, getting all caught up on the hood of that car, professing his love like he sat in that bar, taking him back home, trying on his last name. You'll never see it coming, cause you think he's gonna stay till a Tuesday night. You feel your heart break, watching him drive away. Same girl, same. I've been the same girl, same. Trust me, I get it. You wanna take that whiskey poured out of his solo cup, ignore every red flag cause you're so in love. You wanna save him from the growing up that he's running from. Same girl, same, I wouldn't blame you for falling that far in her eyes that blue, getting all caught up on the hood of that car, professing his love like he said in that bar, taking him back home, trying on his last name. You'll never see it coming, cause you think he's gonna stay till a Tuesday night. You feel your heart break, watching him drive away. Oh, same girl, same. I've been the same girl, same, yeah. Same girl, same. But he ain't ever gonna change. Same girl, same. I wouldn't blame you for falling that far in her eyes that blue, getting all caught up on the hood of that car, professing his love like he said in that bar, taking him back home, trying on his last name. You'll never see it coming, cause you think he's gonna stay till a Tuesday night. You feel your heart break, watching it drive away. Oh, same girl, same. I've been the 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 same girl.